Welcome to episode 1 of a 3&6 podcast. I'm glad you could join us. Today's episode is Marketing Icks, or putting the icks in clicks. We can't decide. So we're going to cut this and decide which one we like best. Tris.
Yes.
Welcome to Marketing Icks.
Thank you.
The icks in clicks. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first with the things that really get under my skin?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll go first.
Yes,
Great idea.
fair enough.
The first thing that really gets my goat is sloppy copy.
Sloppy copy.
Sloppy copy. Sloppy copy. And usually that would be something that is in every industry, but specifically hospitality, and it's the disconnection between marketing and revenue. So you have a revenue manager who puts an offer together and then comes up with a title for it, and then the marketing team have to obviously market his offer. My two favorite marketing offers to hate: spring into summer savings.
Oh, no, that's brilliant.
Fall into winter savings.
Takes so much imagination to come up with those.
Or tumble into Memorial Day based discounts. There are other words that rhyme that aren't just spring into summer and fall into winter savings. And I think it's non-descriptive. It's a little bit lazy, but it's easy for people to fall back on and just regurgitate the same.
Fall back on literally.
Fall back onto the sloppy copy and use the same thing year after year after year.
So I thought you were talking about all of the emails that I've ever sent you, because I purposely put spelling mistakes in there and capitals in random places.
This is a different episode called 15 Things Tris has done to f me off.
Only 50.
Only 50 this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's probably one a day.
No, it's a little bit, it's lazy, it's safe. It doesn't really put across the personality of the brand, or it doesn't really give you a feel of the kind of place you're going to stay at.
But do you not think,
No.
That's fair enough. What's the next question? Do you not think that it's the revenue management or a revenue manager themselves that have got 1,000,001 other things to be doing, and they're being left with the marketing copy? Hence, it being a little bit samey, because they're going to what they know and has kind of worked in the past.
Yes, I think it is. And I think what I'd love to see, especially with our clients, is a deeper marriage between revenue and marketing, and being able to play to the specialisms. Marketing itself is a very broad field, from obviously video, photo, and copy itself. What I don't think you can do is get a generalist who can safely do all three of those at the standard that it needs to be at in our industry. And I think pretending you can do that, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to everybody if the person isn't going to be able to do it to the level I think it needs to be done. So that's my first ick: sloppy copy in marketing.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to your point there, you're asking somebody whose specialism and expertise is in a completely different field. I mean, it couldn't be further away. It's not even the same field whatsoever, to become an expert in a field that is, as you mentioned, huge. There's so many different ways. There's so many areas of marketing that I know about, but I would not class myself as an expert at all.
Amen to that. And I'll just go on record as saying, disclaimer, I couldn't even start to do a revenue manager's job.
Oh, God,
so,
no.
Love to you all.
No. Yeah, it's got numbers and
At all.
calculations.
Not my strong point.
Many moving parts.
Do you want to go next, or do you want me to give my second one?
No,
I'll give my second one. Really good point. My second ick in marketing is on our side of things. Google Ads. When you log into the Google Ads platform, it is an assault on every one of your senses. You have helpful, I'm going to double echo, helpful pop-ups, things sliding on. Oh, we noticed you could spend another $5,000 a second.
Yeah, help me, help you.
I'm just a God-fearing platform who wants to get the very best from what you're doing. Amen. It is impossible to make sense of. Absolutely impossible. Oh, have you tried changing your targeting settings to target ferrets? It's not a target audience, Google. I don't go for small fur animals for this.
You want some ferret-based AI ad copy as well.
And I'm being facetious, but it happens, and you get these an overwhelming attack of, hey, have you tried doing this, or your budget was exhausted because you weren't tagging people based on the moon.
But it's all very pastel colours, so it makes it like, oh, it's okay, it's fine.
Doesn't work.
Worry. Come in,
That's
spend money.
I'm not
we don't mind.
Red rag, mate. Red rag to above is that going into Google. And I think and when I go into any of the platforms, I just instinctively now close out. It's a Pavlovian response. The bar loads. All right, okay. You all close, and then we can get to. So maybe I am missing out on things that would be useful, but it's
Probably not. It's all going to spend your money.
of shit.
Yeah. I tell you what, I really like doing. I agree with you on that one. I'm still reeling from the very first time they changed the UX about 10 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
You're the real one.
but I love it when the little pop up comes in and says, "Give us your feedback." Oh, yes.
You don't want this.
Oh yeah. I mean, I will spend a good amount of time coming up with ingenious and creative ways of telling them how shit their platform really is, and that all it's doing is trying to extort money from me from any possible angle that they can think of, as creatively or as hidden as they could possibly do.
They don't hide it very well.
No, they really.
Those are my tricks. Slothy copy. What I imagine is a Las Vegas style marketing platform. Win big, pull this lever, might get a golden coin.
Ka-ching.
What about you?
Well, for me, it's quite similar. My first one is also the Google. I am more than disappointed in the amount of calls that I get from them, claiming to be, and to do as you did, echoing, help us optimize our accounts. When all they're actually doing is calling up and saying, turn all of these things on that somebody bigger than me has told me in the playground that I must do in order to get a bonus.
Yep.
It drives me mad. The amount of time that is wasted, the amount of money that they must invest in it, and the damage to the reputation. The problem is the damage to the reputation is only with agencies. It's only with individual customers, and they're not going to go out there and advertise this and broadcast it because they don't realize the extent of what it's going to be when it's an individual customer. But the agencies themselves, just, oh my God, it's so annoying.
We talked about it before. I have a blocked list of numbers that Google have called from, and every time I block them, I get another list of them. What Google started doing is buying mobile phone numbers and calling from a series of mobile phone numbers now. And you answer it, and oh gosh, and there's that little pause you think could be worth it.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm calling from. No, off you go.
It's the one, like I think I mentioned it previously. There is a call that comes in, and they must be on a connection and a timed period of time that they need to hit before it actually becomes a registered call, a successful call. Yeah, absolutely. So there's somebody just sat there silently, and I can hear all the chatter and the noise going on. I can hear another conversation from the person next to them, clearly telling them optimization of some kind of e-commerce for fruit or whatever the hell it was. I've got it recorded because it just came through. I put it straight through at my voicemail. Just got it recorded there. Just sat there. Obviously, just he or she or they can hit their numbers.
So I think that is, Tris, is a game of hang up chicken.
Well, it was my voicemail. It was my voicemail. If it was, I would, yes.
All the time in the world, buddy. I'm going to leave my phone on charge. I'm going to nip out, get lunch, come back, and see if we're still there. Okay, that's your first ick for Google calls. Second ick.
It's much of the same. It's just Facebook or Meta in general. I think as a platform, I would very much like to burn it with fire.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. The problem with Facebook is they're so big, they just don't care anymore.
Oh yeah, well that's the biggest part for it. Obviously, these are very personal things to me, and the bit that I don't like about it is Facebook or Meta or whatever name he's going to come up with next, is the customer service. Or, well, you can't even call it customer service because there is no service to the customer. If you're actually lucky enough to find a number to call, there's nobody there. There isn't a number. I honestly, when they're saying there's all of these layoffs at Facebook and people have left, I'm like, where were these people? What were they doing? Because they weren't answering a phone, were they? When you're sat there really struggling to figure something out, or typically when their system breaks and things go wrong, and you want to call somebody, there's nobody there. Who are you going to call? It ain't Ghostbusters.
No, it ain't Facebook.
It ain't Facebook either.
Call is very important to us.
Yeah. You are 1.5 million in the queue. Yeah.
No, I get it. And it's one of the things that I think puts me off, or used to put me off, largely recommending spending budget there. Because if something does go wrong, you're sort of high and dry. There's not a lot you can do to fix these problems. But I think there are really good 4 places to start with Icks. Sloppy copy, Las Vegas Google, the Google phone calls, and what the hell is going on at Meta.
Yeah.
I think they're good places to start 2025.
Yeah.
What are your Icks?